Welcome, welcome, welcome. We will get started here shortly. Let me get my. Welcome, welcome. Happy holiday. I know everybody is full, stuffed of turkey and dressing and mac and cheese and all that good stuff. Welcome. Hop on in. Welcome to Funding Friday. Everybody type Funding Friday in the chat. Today I'm going to talk to you guys, and I'm looking at two different screens. Just finished my cardio run. That's what's up, Hakeem. Today I'm going to tell you how I use debt to make millions. How I used debt to make millions. Welcome to Funding Friday. I'm going to tell you how I use debt to make millions. If you have not done so, and I don't have a partnership or sponsorship with them, if you have not done so, go and run and get this dictionary of real estate terms. Go and pick up this dictionary, and I'm going to tell you why today. But welcome. What up, Keith? To Funding Friday. I'm going to talk to you about how I used debt to make millions of dollars. So now I know we're going into what's called the holiday season. FICO Friday to Funding Friday. Let's get it. Absolutely. So I know we're going into the holiday season. I know people are going out there doing Black Friday shopping and doing all of these things and going into credit card debt. First of all, let me give you guys some advice. Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Look, I know Gap told you can save 10% by applying for that credit card. Don't do it. Don't do it, because I'm telling you, you typically don't pay it off. Secondly, these department store cards don't even give you high limits. See, when you're going out there and applying for credit, and when you are getting, yes, I is a millionaire. That's right. See, when you're going out there and applying for credit cards, and when you got a bunch of low limit credit cards, what happens is when you go and start applying for business credit cards, they're going to go and look and do what is called and give you limits based upon comparable trade lines. And so if you got a bunch of $500 limits, $750 limits, $1,000 limits with Chase and Macy's and all of these stores, it's going to hurt your comparable limits or your comparable trades. So when you are ready to go and start applying for business credit cards at 0% interest, it is going to impact your approvals. So don't go out there applying for those department store cards. Don't do it. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can actually learn how to shop where it doesn't cost you anything out of your pocket. I'm going to show you how to go shopping, how to get the vehicle of your choice, how to do all of these things. But today we're going to be talking about Funding Fridays, how I use debt to make millions and millions of dollars over the past several years. And I've been making money for a very long time. This is how I fund my lifestyle, by leveraging my assets that I acquired, leveraging debt. So now you may be asking yourself, Will, the interest rates are sky high when it comes to real estate. What am I to do? You buy real estate. But you have to become a lot more savvy when it comes to the deals. But here's the thing that blows my mind. If you guys are just chiming in, type in the term Funding Fridays, where every Friday I'm going to come on here and talk about funding, whether it's for 5 minutes or 50 minutes. We're going to talk about something when it comes to funding. And today we're going to talk about how I use debt to make millions of dollars, how I help teach people how to use debt to make millions of dollars. I've been doing this for a very long time. So now the other day I was having a dialogue with someone and they were talking about, Will, I want to invest in real estate, but the interest rates are high right now. What do I do? And I said, well, you just find a deal that works. But then I said, you know what? Let's do an actual evaluation. Okay, let's do an evaluation. And then I started to uncover some things during this evaluation. This exact same person recently bought a vehicle about 4 or 5 months ago. And so as we're doing this evaluation, and as I'm helping them understand how to leverage debt to make money in today's climate, I said, what is the interest rate on your vehicle? And he said, excuse me? You guys, excuse me, I'm coming down with a cold. So my voice sounds scratchy, or if I cough, just know I'm coming down with a cold. And so he said, excuse me? I said, what is your interest rate on your vehicle? And so as we started to proceed and look at his interest rate was 11% on a used vehicle, wanted a Range Rover. I said, first of all, that make sure you got a warranty, because it will end up in a shop. And so we started to calculate. And I said, so you mean to tell me you spent 11% on a Range Rover, but you don't see the value of investing in something that is going to pay you forever at 9%? The investment property we were looking at, because we were going to do what's called a DSCR loan, which stands for debt service coverage ratio, and I'm looking at two different screens. It was going to come in at 9%. And I said, so you mean to tell me you spent 11% on an auto loan that is a depreciating asset, but you're scared to invest 9% on a property that's profitable? It's profitable. Blew my mind. And I said, let's run some numbers here. Let's run some numbers. The average interest rate right now for a brand new vehicle is anywhere from 6 to 11%. It can actually go as high as 17%, depending on your credit. But with let's say decent credit, okay, decent credit, your average interest rate is going to be 6 to 11%. And if your credit is fair or below on a brand new vehicle, it can be as high as 17%. And that's on 60, that's up to 60 months. Anything 61 months and higher, the interest rates go up. You're looking at as high as 18%, depending on your credit score. So now let's look at this. Okay. So let's just say you have fair credit. Okay, because again, I'm going to show you how to use debt to make money. Okay, let's just say you have fair credit. You have a 680. Okay, at a 680 credit score, your average interest rate on a vehicle is going to be anywhere from 9 to 11%. 9 to 11%. Now, because you want a lower payment, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to go from 72 to 84, and now they have 102 months. 10-year auto loans. It blew my mind. The car probably won't even make it 10 years. So the further out you extend that auto loan, let's just say you're at 12 to 14% interest rate on that auto loan, on a depreciating asset. This is why we have to learn economics. But I get it. Most of us are first generation that have access to this level of information. We're the first generation. So average credit score, 640 to 680. Average APR on a vehicle, 12 to 14%. And that car makes you no money. makes you $0. Today, we're going to be talking about how I use debt to make millions. If you're just joining me, type in the term Funding Fridays. Funding Fridays. So, help me understand, why are we scared of interest when it comes to real estate, but we're not scared of interest when it comes to an auto loan? I've yet to hear people complain about the auto loan rates. Now, people are complaining. Let me just preference that. But I don't hear people complaining at the same frequency as they're complaining about home loans, especially when it comes to investment properties. Because the goal is to be able to use to find a deal that can still debt service. Because see, we can take that same avatar with that fair credit score and go and get a DSCR loan. I like how Will stay on topic. My favorite channel, Will to go. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. We can take that same average credit score, 640 to 680, go get a DSCR loan, and go and get a 9% mortgage on the house. Now, it may sound like a lot, which coming from 3% it is. But it's not a lot as long as the deal can service the debt. I'm going to teach you guys the new term here today. This is why I said go get your dictionaries. If you haven't got one, go to Amazon and pick up the Barron's Dictionary of Real Estate Terms. I'm going to teach you guys a new word today that you may or may not have heard of. It's called debt capital. Debt capital. Write this in the chat. Debt capital. Debt capital is money loaned on a long-term basis and used to buy an investment such as real estate. Money loaned on a long-term basis and used to buy an investment such as real estate. Example, because I'm going to give you guys some math here. To partially finance the purchase of a 10 million office building, the REIT took out 8 million of debt capital. So let me show you guys a scenario. So you go and get one of these. Okay? You go and get one of these. This is debt. But it's how you use the actual debt. So we're not using this to go shopping. We're not using this to go to the mall. We're not using this to go buy a car at 12%. We're going to use this line or multiple credit lines. Okay, we're going to use multiple credit lines. And we're going to go to the bank, and then I'm going to show you how to turn this into actual cash. I'm going to show you how to use your cards and turn it into actual cash. And then we're going to take that cash, which you're going to have a payment that's associated. This is debt capital. Okay, I'm showing you how to use debt capital. This isn't Will Roundtree's words. This is, see, type this in the chat. Real estate is a language. Finance is a language. We need to start learning the language of finance and learning the language of real estate. We have to. See, I show people who have $0 in their pocket invest in real estate. Now, it's going to take you some time possibly to build your foundation. But once you're in position and your foundation is built, then we're going to take you and go and get these business credit cards. We're going to use this as debt capital. And then we're going to do what's called a liquidation to get access to this. We're going to do a liquidation and get access to capital. Okay. We're going to utilize this capital and we're then going to deposit it into our bank account. Okay, we're going to deposit. We're going to take this debt capital. We're going to do a liquidation. We're going to then get the real capital, and we're going to deposit this into the business bank account. We're going to deposit it into the business bank account. So now it's going to show that you actually have the capital. Now, the lenders that I use do not need to see the money seasoned. The lenders I use do not need to see the money seasoned. They just need to see that the money is there. So we literally can get you the business credit cards today, get you funded, help you liquidate the cards, put the money in the bank account by Monday or Tuesday of next week. And then you can go to the bank, get pre-qualified with the DSCR lender, and they'll give you a pre-approval. So now you can go real estate shopping. Okay. But remember, this is debt capital. I'm showing you guys how I used debt capital to make millions. And this is applicable to anything, not just in real estate. I've bought in businesses leveraging debt capital. I'll give you an example. Did you know that you can buy a business that's profitable and you only got to bring 10% to the table? So if someone is selling a business for $1 million, you can go get an SBA 7A loan. Type that in the chat. SBA 7A loan. The number 7, A is an apple. SBA 7A loan. And then you only got to bring 10% to the table. So 10% of $1 million is $100,000. Where's the $100,000 going to come from? Your debt capital. Or you could raise it. You could, however you choose to get it. See, you have no excuse in 2024 to still be broke. You have no excuse going into 2024 to be poor. You have no excuse in 2024 to still be sleeping on that air mattress, to still be sleeping on your friend's couch. Now, you may have to continue those things while you get yourself in position. But now, once you get new information, you can go out there and execute differently. So when it comes to real estate, we're going to take the debt capital from this business credit card or multiple business credit cards. And then I'm going to show you how to get the cash off of this card, not using a cash advance. No, not using a cash advance. We're going to get the cash right off of the card. We're going to put it into your business bank account because we're only buying real estate under the company. Then you're going to get pre-qualified, pre-approved, and now we can go real estate shopping. Okay? It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. So now, once we've gotten that first deal, okay, here's the first investment property. Once we've gotten that first deal, what we're then going to do is we're going to watch the equity increase in this investment property. We're going to watch the equity increase in this investment property. Okay. It may not come in 6 months. It may not come in 9 months, but it doesn't matter because this property is paying you every single month. And you have something to where, let's say your financial situation changed. Let's say you lost your job or whatever the case may be. You could sell this property. See, we have to stop looking at real estate from the money that you invest like you lost. No, you now have something that is going to pay you forever and always has equity. See, that auto loan you have at 12 to 19%, you can't even sell it and break even. You can't even sell your car back to the dealership and break even. Did you know you could drive a car off the lot today and take it back to the dealership tomorrow and you won't even get what you paid for it? Unless you got a G-Wagon. Because they hold their value. How seasoned does your business have to obtain an Amex and mortgage? Well, your business could be 1 day old. It doesn't matter. You just got to be in position and stop being scared. And stop being scared. You can take a vehicle off the lot today, go back to the dealership tomorrow, and you won't even get nowhere near what you paid for it. But the thing is when you have a property, you can turn around and sell this property the very next day. What's going on, Tommy? You could turn around and sell this property the very next day. You may even be able to sell it for more. Why? Because we show you how to buy properties off market below market value. Will, how does the first property pay you every month? Great question. Because you're going to be collecting rent from this property. This property is going to pay you rent every single month. Now, let's just say that rent, the net income. Everybody say net income. Say net income. Type that in the chat. Let's just say the net income is $150. Okay. It may not sound like a lot of money, but remember, you're playing the long-term game. You're not playing this for to get rich. One property isn't going to make you rich. 5 properties may not necessarily make you rich. But what it will do is increase your net worth. Everybody type in the chat net worth. See, people don't know the difference between net worth and net income. What's the lender you use that the money doesn't have to be seasoned? John, you can only get that in my REI 90. I can't give everything away for free. I love you though, John. You gotta be a part of my program. Net operating income. Okay, so your net operating income may be $150 a month. Let me read the definition of what net operating income. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Funding Fridays. I'm going to tell you how I used debt to make this and invest it into this to build my net worth. Okay, let me tell you what net operating income is. But my credit sucks, Will. They're not going to give me a credit card. Well, you got to get it fixed. Get your credit fixed. Let's stop using excuses. And even if your credit does suck, go get a credit partner. If somebody doesn't want to partner with you, that means you lack value in your circle. Let me tell you something. If you have a great idea and your credit sucks, and you go to people and say, hey, I have a great idea for us to make money, and they say no, you lack value in your circle. I'm just being honest. So now we have to increase your level of awareness, your level of professionalism, so people will buy into your ideas. And that idea could be bringing an investment property to the table. Just got Chase Inc. business credit card coming in the mail, but it's only $3K. How do you get approved for more when you first sign up? 13, Chris Martin. So what they probably looked at are your comparable trades. Your comparable trades. So you probably have some low limit credit cards. So reach out to us and you can do what's called a reconsideration, or we may need to add some trade lines to your business or the personal side. So send me a DM and somebody from my team will do a credit evaluation for you to see how we can increase that. What's the ticket for REI 90? I already thousands with you, well worth, I may add. John, send me a direct message. Right now, we are running a Black Friday promo, and you can even finance it. You can even finance it. Let me give you my Instagram page, and you can go in there and send me a direct message, or you can send me an email, and I'll have somebody from my team reach out to you. And they're actually still in the office today. I got 40,000 first time with Chase Business Inc. Way to go. Hakeem, hopefully you're using that 40,000 to keep building your foundation. Okay. Ruined my credit about 6-7 years ago. Now I'm back in the plus. How do I start building it effectively? Send me a direct message because we don't know what your goals are, but we definitely can help you. Send me a direct message. All right, let me read what net operating income means to you guys. Income from properties or business after operating expenses have been deducted, but before deducting income, taxes and finance expenses. That's called net operating income. So essentially what that means, let's say this property makes $1,000 a month in rental income. And after your mortgage, after your debt capital from the credit cards, after taxes, insurance, etc., you make $150. That is your net operating income. But here's the thing. You have a property that is worth $100,000. Let me say that again. Even though your net operating income is $150 a month, you have a property that is worth $100,000 that will appreciate in value. Imagine if you bought one every quarter. You have a net worth of at least $500,000 in 1 year. Let me say that again. If you bought one property every quarter, you have at least $500,000 net worth that you can borrow against. See, if you were to continue working wherever you work today, okay? If you were to continue to work wherever you work today, what is your net, just doing your 9 to 5, what is going to be your net worth of your 401k? What is going to be your net worth of your pension, if those even still exist? Let me ask you a question. Can you borrow against your 401k? How child support must be involved in credit? I agree. Child support has ruined a lot of credit reports, Trey. It's ruined a lot of credit reports. But if you would like a free credit evaluation, send me a message or follow me on Instagram and send me a direct message. And I will have someone from my team do a credit evaluation if you're on YouTube. You cannot borrow against your 401k. Now, you can borrow your 401k. Let me say that again. You can borrow out of the 401k, but you can't necessarily borrow against it. This is what I mean. See, when you borrow against your asset, that money is tax-free. So if I borrow against this property, it's tax-free. If you borrow money out of your 401k, you're taxed. So you don't even get access to all of the money. Your 401k is not an asset. You cannot sell your 401k. What's better, a Roth IRA or a 401k? I'm not an insurance person, so I don't want to tell you. I don't know what your particular scenario is. Me personally, I like insurance policies, cash value insurance plans that I can borrow against, but that's just me. But if you would like a recommendation, I can refer you someone. Just send me a DM and I can connect you with someone who can talk to you about IRAs, Roth, 401s, all of that. Bottom line, we just need to be investing in something. Okay? So now, if you borrow against your 401k, you're going to pay. And you can't sell your 401k. But this property that I used, that I invested in by going to get these and then getting access to this and then investing in this, and then eventually I'm going to take this and pull this out, pay this off, and then go and do this and go and do it again to get another one of these. And Gip said, you have tenant pay down, depreciation, appreciation, cash flow, love the benefits. See, the tenants pay down the tenants pay or buy down your mortgage for you. That's the beauty of real estate. So as you continue to utilize these, to get this, to buy these become more valuable. See, here's the beautiful part about real estate. When you're buying investment properties, no matter what happens to the market, these will always increase in value over time. Let me say that again. When you invest in real estate as a owner, as a landlord, as the investor, these will always increase in value over time. One, because of the tenant pay down, and two, just because of the overall market appreciation. You can get this book from Amazon. You can go to Amazon and get this dictionary terms. Let's look up the term net worth. Everybody type in the chat net worth, because we got to know these things. Remember, real estate is a language. All right, net worth. The sum of an individual's assets. Let me say that again. The sum of an individual's assets, less the sum of all the obligations. To calculate net worth, an individual lists the value of all possessions that can be sold in the market and subtract the amount of outstanding debt. So if you don't own nothing, you have zero net worth. Finally caught alive. Was just talking to my 24-year-old brother last night about you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So if you don't have any assets, you have zero net worth. Money is not net worth because money depreciates, and money depreciates just through inflation. If you're just tuning in, type in a chat Funding Fridays. I'm showing you how I use debt to make millions. How I use debt to create $1 million real estate portfolio. How I use debt to grow my business and doing over 7 figures on autopilot. I only want to invest in assets that attribute to my net worth. See, as long as I have something that I can sell at market value and still make money. But if I have a vehicle, I can't sell it at market value. It depreciates in value. Hey, Will, I'm in your REI 90 program, but I'm having trouble accessing some of the resources. Where can I go for help? Sammy, send me a message or reach out to client care at We Management Services. Let me send you their email. Client care at We Management Services. Your auto loan. Let me go over this again for those who just chimed in. The average auto loan interest rate right now is 11% for someone with fair credit. And the further out you take out that loan, if you're doing over 60 months, I know a lot of people want to get these exotic vehicles. So I'm pretty sure they're doing 72, 84 months. They're doing 72, 84 months. So that interest rate is 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15%. People are spending more in interest on an auto loan that depreciates in value more than they're willing to do for an investment property. And so that investment property, by me taking you to our DSCR lender, is going to be at about 9% interest. And we're going to take debt capital, and I'm going to show you how to convert it and liquidate it into this. And then we're going to use that to get an asset that's going to increase our net worth. But see, that auto loan you got, that's at 11%. You can't even take it back to the dealership tomorrow and get You may get 70% of what you paid for it. You may get 70%. But I can show you how clients and mentees of mine have literally bought in houses. Let me share a story with you guys. I have a mentee who we bought a house and put no work into it. That's because the house was off market and we bought the house for about $35,000, put no work into it. Turned around next month and sold it for $45,000. Why? Because that was the market value of that house and we got it below market value because the owner was trying to sell it immediately. You can't do that with an auto loan. So imagine making an additional like $9,000-$10,000 in 1 week just flipping a property that they had in their position for 1 month. But that's how real estate works. You can't do that in the auto industry. Now, if you're out there buying cars from the auction and flipping like that, yeah, you can do that. You can definitely do that, but we see what's happening to the auto market. Why not use that same concept and same strategy? Because here's something that a lot of people don't tell you. See, in the auto industry, they have something called a flooring line. FLOORING, a flooring line, which is essentially a line of credit. So when you see people at the auction buying like 100 cars, that's because they have a flooring line. So they're even leveraging debt capital. These dealerships, you leverage debt capital to buy cars and then turn around and sell them to you for 12 to 15%. Ask anybody in the auto industry about a flooring line. In my Toro course, I taught people this strategy, how to go buy cars and start a rental business using flooring plans. I was teaching y'all this in 2019. So they use debt capital to go and buy vehicles and then turn around and flip them to y'all for 12%. Yeah, Lucky's a good friend of mine. We're the one that put that program together. And so we took so it's no different. This is what everybody who understands the language of finance does. They take debt capital to go and get this and then invest it into something that's going to make them money. But why not invest it into something that's going to make you money and increase your net worth? So as I wrap up, if you're really serious about learning these concepts, just send me a direct message. Just send me a direct message. Look, I get it. A lot of us are first generation who we have access to this information. You're the breadwinner of your family, but you're lacking bread. They're putting all of the financial burden on you, but they didn't give you any tools to equip you with to be the financial winner in your family. Come on every Friday starting last week for Funding Fridays. My little brother is becoming an agent. I told him I'm investing in REI 90 because I need a system. Absolutely, Kel. I've had realtors who join REI 90 and it's exponentially increased their business. Why? Because now they're selling to investors. You know the data points to use to sell to investors. Home sales have drastically decreased. Home sales have decreased. So realtors are hurting right now. Unless you have a strong database of buyers, you got to learn how to sell to investors or become the investor. So DM me, REI. I've made it so simple for people to get involved. We finance the program for you, no matter what your credit score is. I offer 0% financing for the financing of the course of the program. To join the academy, you're going to get access to my lender. You're going to get access to my bankers. You're going to get access to our funding program. We're going to show you how to get the debt capital. We're going to show you how to liquidate the cards. We're going to show you how to invest in real estate, or you may use it just to invest and grow your current business. You don't have to join my REI 90 program for us to fund you. So if you're just trying to get funding for your business, send me a direct message. Send me a direct message. As a matter of fact, I'm going to help 10 people today. So for the next 10 people, especially if you're only trying to get funding, I'm going to waive the upfront cost for funding only. REI 90 you still got to invest in. But if you only want funding to grow your business or whatever you're doing, for the next 10 people that DM me funding, I'm going to waive the upfront investment to get into funding. And we're going to get you funded today. We're going to do a pre-qualification to see how much we can get you. If you don't have at least a 700, we're not going to do a pre-qual because you won't get approved. And I don't want to waste your time nor ours. So send me a direct message, not in the chat, REI 90, if you want to join the REI 90 program and get you approved for our financing, 0% interest, no matter what your credit score is. Or if you only want funding, for the next 10 people who DM me the word funding, we're going to waive the upfront investment. We're going to waive the upfront investment and get you going today. Again, if you go into 2024 with the same excuses, you deserve to stay wherever you are. So with that being said, hopefully you guys had a great holiday. I will see you guys. Make sure you got your notifications on. Make sure you click the link in my bio and join my mailing list, because I am going to be hosting a free webinar next week. So make sure you tuned in, and we're going to be talking about how do I use debt capital to make millions of dollars. Look, we don't have no excuses anymore, y'all. We don't. Okay. The prices are rising for me. I missed out on a low price house yesterday. I don't have enough cash to win the bid. Well, you got to come get some capital, DL. Come get some capital. DM me the word capital so we can help you get the capital, okay? We got to stop making excuses. The money is out there. It's just, do we have enough information to know where to get the money? Okay. And no, it's not going to come overnight. What up, August? It's not going to come overnight. Your foundation may take some time, but once you're in position for life. You're in position for life. So DM me the word funding for the next 10 people. I'm going to waive the upfront investment to only get funding. Or if you would like to get into my REI 90 program, DM me REI for our in-house financing at 0% interest. And don't trick off the capital like Katina said. So I appreciate y'all. And y'all go out there, have a safe weekend. I'll see y'all at the top. Let's go.